So good afternoon everyone. I'm Najah Nisar and today me and my friend we will talk about genetically modified food, which is an essential product of genetically modified organism. Genetically modified food is also known as GMF. So GMF is now becoming a new trend for researchers and biologists, where before GMF was negatively seen as it could cause much harm to the consumers. But as today, the researchers and biologists are giving more exposure about GMF benefits to people, GMF is now more accepted in our society. As we all know that GMF could bring a lot of benefit to both producers and also to consumers. So before we start about the benefits of GMF, I will first introduce to you guys about what is GMO and what is GMF. So genetically modified organism, GMO, is an organism whose genetic material has been altered using genetic engineering to create some new genes. So they are widely used in medications and also to produce GMF. They are of any plant, animal or microorganism whose genetic has been engineered or changed using transgenic technology. Result of this will create an organism which can't occur naturally. So that was about GMO. So next I will talk about GMF. So how about GMF? GMF are produced from organisms that had their genes engineered to create some new genes that could not occur naturally. GMF is not a new thing in market because it has been commercially available since 1990s and is most often associated with fruits and also with vegetables. Basically, they are real but artificial food because they are made of real food but their genes are altered DNA of the parent's genetic. So here is some examples of GMF. So we will look into the first benefits of GMF. In our opinion, GMF could solve hunger problems. This is because hunger problems in certain countries occur as food could not last longer and could not reach the countries in a certain period of time. Therefore, by GMF, food have the ability to last longer. This will lead to a less wastage of food and a higher supply of food to those countries such as South Africa. So in certain countries with too high temperature, the crops could not last long due to its climate change. So crops of genetically modified food have high resistance towards climate change, and this could lessen the spoilage of crops. Besides, genetically engineered traits can make plants and animals more resistant towards disease and stay ripe longer. This will lead the plants to grow excellently in a variety of conditions. So, since GMF are also cheaper to grow, it could increase the yield per a certain period of time. Surely, therefore, GMF could help the world to solve hunger problems. Now I will turn over my friend to explain two more benefits about GMF.
Assalamualaikum and good afternoon everyone. So my name is Najah Wahida and I will continue with the benefits of GMF. So the second point is GMF helps farmers or growers to produce food easier. The enhancement of desired traits has traditionally been undertaken through breeding, but conventional plant breeding methods can be very time consuming and not often are very accurate. So, on the other hand, GMF can help farmers or growers to produce food easier and create plants with the exact desired traits very rapidly with great accuracy. So, and as you can see, this is the emerging middle class driving growth in demand for forage crops. So when GMF is used in the crops, so the number of producing crops is increased. And the last point is GMF minimize the cost for food production. So generally, GMFs are cheaper to produce than their natural counterparts. This is because the process of genetic modification has minimized some of the costs, especially on pest control on the field and during storage. Since GMFs are produced by farmers at cheaper rates, the relief will be passed on to the consumers who will purchase the product at cheaper rates. Cultivation of genetically modified crops that are reliant of agriculture on chemical sprays. While this makes the crop easier and cheaper to grow for the farmers, it also means that other indirect costs of spraying with chemical pesticides are eliminated. So, in conclusion, genetically modified food is said to bring a lot of benefits to the world. Firstly, it could help us to solve the world hunger problems in certain countries, as it could combat the issues of food shortage such in Nigeria. Next, food production for farmers and growers would be easier, for it could increase and tolerance of crops toward pest and disease. Finally, it could also help in minimizing the cost for food production, as the pesticide usage is reduced, which makes crop easier and cheaper to grow for farmers. And that is all from us. Thank you.